What is going on, everybody? Epic Carnage here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We are back on some Black Ops. I know this past week Call of Duty's been in some hot water, but we're just gonna enjoy a little bit of Call of Duty. It is double XP weekend, so let's just jump right into it. You got anything to say, Massacre? He's tagging along in this video.
No, just tagging along.
We got some domination and some team deathmatch. Alright guys, so yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, my channel's been growing and I want to be very transparent with you guys. And one of the things I want to be transparent about is kind of like mental health. And it's nothing major, it's just every once in a while, I don't know what you would consider it, if it'd be depression or anxiety, but yesterday I was messing around, like just having fun at work. I was messing around with this chick named Destiny, and we were just, we're good friends, we're just messing around, and throughout the whole entire time we were just messing around, I was laughing, she was laughing. I just started thinking like, damn. The weird thing though is, I'm laughing and smiling and having a good time throughout this whole entire scenario when it's popping in my head like, man, they're just tolerating me. But I'm still laughing and having a good time. Is that like...
That's, depression.
That is just depression?
Yeah, like, the best way I've heard that described is, this song by Icon for Hire. She talks about being background sad. Like, you can be happy, having a good time, but you always have that background default of sadness. That's the way that I felt was best describing it when I had severe issues like that.
Okay, because I mean, it only happens like once every couple months, if that, and when it does like come through, it does like just out of nowhere, and it just, Bring Me the Horizons, Avalanche, comes in waves, like, it does, like, and I don't know if it's even, like, a major thing where I, like, need to go get help or whatever, because it does only happen, like, every once in a while. Like, I'll have more days being happy and enjoying life than just, I'll just have an off day practically where I'm just like, oh, my depression's high all of a sudden, I'm anxious. And I also feel like, as much as this might be horrible, I also think it could be tied to somewhat trust issues. I think, because
Definitely.
our childhood, did have some trust issues.
Yeah. I mean, aside from our childhood, like, you have plenty of reasons to have trust issues. Like, I'm older than you, you've had more girlfriends, and you've been treated worse by them than I have. Like, I don't know.
I like
This
to...
world provides plenty of reason to have trust issues, that's for sure.
I like to be Woody from Toy Story, and everybody that I see is like, Andy, I don't want to play with you anymore, and just drops me.
You are a toy!
Yeah, like, sometimes I feel like nobody want, like, literally, it's like, I don't want to, like, play with you anymore, and like, but then I'll go to bed, and then the next morning I'll wake up and I'll be back in a good mood, I won't even have thoughts of like, oh, nobody likes me. I'll just completely bounce back and be like, life is good. From, me being homeless to where I'm at now, I see the big improvements. I'm making videos daily for almost 2 months. I'm seeing improvement. I'm seeing all this progression, and I don't have any reason to be sad. It's just every once in a while it'll pop in my head and it's like, damn, is that kind of what, I'm just kind of spitballing right here, but is that kind of how Chester felt from Linkin Park? He had all this fame, he had all this stuff, but depression still in the end took him out. Like, I don't have any type of thoughts of that sort, but at the same time I could see like maybe this is kind of what happened with Chester. Why are you laying on the ground, sir?
I was just wanting to take a nap.
You tripped him up and scared him.
In terms of all that, like, things like that do come in waves. Like, I notice my depression kicks up pretty aggressively on a regular 3-month basis. And it'll stick around for like 3 weeks and then settle back down.
Like, I am lucky I don't have that much, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta suffer through it for 3 weeks, dude. Like, I only need to suffer
A few hours till I go nap.
Yeah, like, you know, it's like the saying, woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Like, some people might be very angry and they say, oh, I just woke up on the wrong side of bed. But for me, it turns into more of like anxiety, depression. Like, oh, I'm Eeyore in a way, you know, just, okay.
You're just a little bit off today.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's actually somewhat healthy in a way. As weird as that sounds, I feel like it's healthy because when the good days do come back, you could appreciate them so much more than if you constantly had good days and you never had one bad day.
I can't speak to that because I can't tell you what it feels like to have good days over.
I mean, I've never had good days constantly, but when those, like, for instance, you know, I said, hey, yesterday I was off. I had them thoughts where it's like nobody really cares too much about me. I've bounced back today, and it's like I appreciate going through that just so that I could experience good day. Like oh man, my energy is up. Oh, bet.
It does give you like something to compare to more.
Yeah. And
the baseline of good is just as bad as the baseline of bad.
It makes me also feel like I don't need to take any medication because I enjoy feeling happy as soon as like that day's over. I'm like, man, that was an L day, and now the very next day I'm able to take a dub in my energy and everything. Like, I feel like it's somewhat healthy to just experience bad days to really get to know the good days. I'm not somebody also to be like, oh, woe is me, I need sympathy. I'm not the one to seek out sympathy.
Right.
I just like to.
You don't need your pain to be validated.
Yeah. I'm talking about this to let people know, like, hey, you guys aren't alone in feeling this way. You guys aren't alone in having some type of mental health problems. We're all a little messed up.
And as long as you're not like choking out cats or something, I don't consider it a problem.
Yeah.
Like,
don't harm anything.
That even extends to like medication. Like, for me, medication, and I took that route for a while, and it's not for me. Like, I just kind of become numb. Life just kind of begins to happen. It doesn't really like matter as much when I'm medicated. But that's not to say medication isn't a good choice for some people.
Yeah, some people actually really do need it.
Yeah, and some people it helps. But I'm one of the groups that, you know, it kind of makes things rougher. For me, if I forget one dose, like, I risk manic depression. The risk from that is, it far outweighs the idea of just going without for me. Without medication. Baseline, sure, most days, like, I have pretty nasty dark thoughts float into my head of just like getting out of the game and stuff. I have more control, it feels like, to resist that than when I skip medication. Because then it's like, well, none of it matters, and I'm at higher risk of doing something stupid. But like I said, some people, you know, it'll help. I've definitely seen glory stories of people overcoming really rough times because of medication.
One thing that I could see for me is I know for a fact I have an addiction, like attitude, mentality. And I feel like if I start doing medication, taking a pill here, taking a pill here, I feel like that becomes more gateway drug for me to be like, oh, well, I'm not really feeling this effect from this pharmacy, drug. Let me go to something harder. And then I could see myself going and really messing up my life if I was to do it that way.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you gotta take a different route. I mean, some people even say, meditate. Meditate and, like, things will get better once you meditate and focus on what's best and what, there's all kinds of different herbal, like, natural, I guess you could say, like, ways of healing as well.
Yeah. I agree, but at the same time, I haven't found an herbal thing that really affects depression effectively. Like, I take ashwagandha for anxiety, and it kind of helps, but it really only helps the effect. Like, what happens because of anxiety, with the cortisol and the tension, but it doesn't prevent what's causing the issue, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it treats the symptom, not the problem. But meditation, I can get behind. Like, I don't do it as much as I should, but it definitely, like, has its benefits. At the very least, it lets you think through scenarios and clean your mind up a bit. I'm not saying it's gonna solve full-blown mental illness, depression, like major depressive disorder or general anxiety disorder, but like it'll at least give you something to work with it. And I'd say meditation is probably the better route to start with than anything, because there's no drawbacks to meditation except time loss.
I did have an app on my phone that allowed me to just meditate, and it gave me reminders, and I used to meditate literally for 5 minutes only, and I really did start seeing better thought process. My head was a bit more clearer when I was doing that as well. I was coming off of being homeless, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I am also 100% behind doctors knowing what they're talking about and take the medication.
If it's just kind of annoying depression and annoying anxiety, like it doesn't actually have risk to you in any way, then alternatives like, ashwagandha, meditation, working out, those things will help, at least a bit. Now, if it's full-blown, clinical depression, then, yeah, if you feel like you're losing control of it, yeah, talk to somebody. Like, anybody at least. Because most people are willing to sit down and listen for a bit. And it'll help. It's not going to solve the problem, but it'll help lose the weight of it.
I agree with that. Like, for me, I know I used to talk to a lot of people and I think that's why I enjoy gaming so much and I love gaming, is because I met some of my best friends. We never meet in real life, but it's somebody I would be able to talk to. They know me, we have something in common, and sometimes if you just spitball and it might be somebody random and you might be just talking to them, it might be a little bit easier for you than if you were to be like going to a family member and being like, hey, somebody just online might be a little bit easier to talk to than having somebody that you know and talking to them about your situations. I find that something like that helped me when I was growing up.
Absolutely, because there's no risk to it. Because, like, with a family member, more than likely you have to see them often. It's gonna, adjust their perception of you, and then you have to deal with that constantly. Whereas with gaming buddies, it's just like, you talk about it, but it really doesn't have impact on, the day-to-day with that person. Like, sure, it's gonna adjust what they think of you and stuff, but generally it's not gonna have an impact on your life.
I know a lot of my friends, we would get into some deep conversations, and we would literally just be gaming, playing Call of Duty. Like I said, most of my friends are online friends. Like, I've done so much talking online. Like, I think some of my friends know more about me than certain family members. That's kind of how I want my community, If you're feeling down, maybe they could be in the comment section talking about certain things that could help them out in the future. They could get through certain things if they start talking to, they find somebody that they find cool in the comment section. Everything that I've gone through, I want to try and show people, like, hey, there's other ways around than just Kurt Cobain.
The world in general, since, technology's really taken off over the past 20, 30 years, it's made it a lot harder for connections. And then on top of that, you've got, like, all these true crime things and the news and stuff, which just basically mainline, fear into you. Like, people enjoy true crime stuff.
But after a while, it might start causing anxiety.
Yeah, and just a lack of trust in people around you. Like, it's a small percentage of people that are like sociopaths and stuff, and constantly being and stuff like that, and like the crime and stuff on news sites, true crime, showing you serial killer stories and stuff. It's gonna affect you, and you're not going to put as much trust in the people around you, like just the regular people that you meet on the street, because you're already like, well, what if they're this, what if they're that? And that, I feel, gets in the way of a healthy human experience.
Think about it, like, people want to be famous. In this day and age, the best way people think life is able to be lived is being famous. And whether it's famous or infamous, there's a lot of people who do the stupidest things and hurt other people just to be like, my name is out there now, forever and ever. I've made history, and it's like, it's all for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
If we were not doing nothing but, in other news, it's like, if there was if there was more positivity in the news than negativity, I feel like society would have been a bit better.
It makes it easier for me to get through the days, to believe that the majority of people are good and honorable. That's probably the best way to put it. I believe the majority of people are honorable, because like, our culture in America isn't about focusing purely on honor. Most of it is about producing and consuming. That's what the American culture is right now. Either you're making something for people so you can make money, or you're consuming what people make. Like, on the whole, I don't think money could bring happiness.
No.
Oh no! You get enough money, you can have a heck of a party.
Oh my god! Sorry. I might have got kill cam. I might have got kill cam. I was swinging away like George. I'm not making these videos to be like, I'm gonna get rich, I'm gonna be the best. It's more, I'm making these videos because A, I enjoy playing the game. B, I enjoy creating videos. C, I want to help people. If this video could save a life, bet. I've done my job. Like that's all I really care about. Like Team Human.
Like, I feel like that's what a lot of people need to do, is just introspect. Find out what really matters to them. Like, because money matters to everybody, because it controls everything currently in the world we live in. But if you introspect and you find out, well, what would the money allow? Like, that's what your main objective is. Like, money would help you focus on this more, yeah, but the goal of it is helping out people and kind of giving them a little oasis from the craziness of the world for a minute or two.
Yeah, I want them to take away from my videos, you know, oh man, I had a bad day, you know, damn, I didn't ace this test that I was studying for. I'm beating myself up. Oh, look, Carnage just dropped a video. What is he about? A 15-minute video? I get to not worry about anything for 15 minutes? Bet.
Although this conversation is probably heavy enough that people are like, well, it's making me think about my life now.
I feel like we needed to do a kind of a deep talk, bro, because I talk about it a lot and I think about it a lot. And plus with like it being the holidays and stuff, you know, this is where mental health really fucking takes a toll on people.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like,
and I mean,
let them know, like,
I can see why it does for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, we're around family at this time of year, but there are people that don't have that option, you know. Either they're not near family or they don't have family. People just need to take away from this, because this has been a bunch of rambling. You know, you're having a hard time, reach out. You're not alone in terms of, like, suffering. We're all suffering in our own ways. So don't feel like life is singling you out. And if you're worried that it's beyond your control and you can't, you know, better yourself or make things better by just doing it and like adding workouts, meditation and all that, like, feel free to get professional help, because like, we're all figuring out everything. Like, there are no quote unquote adults in the world. We're all just grown up children
playing pretend.
This world, basically, yeah. Like that conversation we had the other day. It's all just a game. We're just trying to figure it out. But if you're worried that you are losing the game in a way and you don't see the purpose of going for it much more, then, you know, reach out. Friends, family, professionals. Don't be scared of that for the stigma. Don't be scared of that for, like, what they might think. Just be selective with who you go to.
Well, alrighty guys, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. It was a bit more heavier video than usual, but I am trying to be more transparent with you guys, let you guys know, like, hey, sometimes I can have a bad day and I could be a little bit off, and I just want you guys to take away from this video, you guys aren't alone if you guys are going through some stuff, you know. I went through some major stuff yesterday, you know what I mean? Like, I was not in the right mindset. I was out in Pluto or something, you know? I wasn't here. I was just like, man, people are just tolerating me. They don't care too much for me. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and leave down in the comments below, you know, it is the holiday season, so leave something nice, you know. Let's see if we could brighten up somebody's day. Massacre did tell me to maybe say that, because, you know, I was having problems thinking about what to ask you guys. So this is definitely all Massacre's. So he says practically, hey, leave something nice for somebody, because
something that might brighten their day.
Yeah, brighten their day. don't forget to also hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to let you guys know every time I do post up my videos, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.